Today, I am going to talk about basics of cerebral pontic angle surgery, especially focusing on anatomy for young neurosurgeons. It might be boring for advanced surgeons. First, let me introduce myself. I worked in Neustadt from
AG, could you
1984
please
to
talk a little
87.
louder?
I learned a lot from
Okay.
Professor Sami. I returned to Japan and from 2002 to 20, I served as the chairman of the department at Kobe University Hospital. I hosted the first massive meeting in 2013. Many friends came to Kobe. Last year, I retired from Kobe University and now I'm working at Kinki Central Hospital as a hospital president. Now, this MRI shows left CP angle. You see here an anatomical illustration, facial nerve, cochlear nerve, and vestibular nerves. At fundus, you find here superior and inferior vestibular nerve, transverse crest, and singular nerve. In the lateral sigmoid approach, we are coming from this direction. This picture shows right side internal auditory canal where the posterior wall is drilled away. You see the nerve structures. Vestibular nerves are on the front, facial and cochlear nerve are on the back of vestibular nerves. This is transverse crest. This illustration shows right side fundus seen from the medial side in the sitting position. Facial nerve is at the superior anterior corner. Cochlear nerve is at the inferior anterior corner. At the fundus, transverse crest horizontally separates superior and inferior compartment. When we approach via lateral sigmoid root, vestibular nerves cover facial and cochlear nerves. I know great advantages of same sitting position. However, in Japan, we usually use park bench position due to problem of anesthesiology. In the park bench or lateral position, the right side internal auditory canal looks like this figure. Transverse crest runs now vertically instead of running horizontally. We may call it vertical crest. This is the illustration of the right side internal auditory canal, and this is the left side. Vestibular nerves are on the front, facial and cochlear nerves are on the back of vestibular nerves. This is a very interesting picture of left vestibular schwannoma during surgery. This tumor is a medial type and there is a space between the tumor and the fundus. You can see superior and inferior vestibular nerves in the foreground and facial and cochlear nerves in the back. Inferior vestibular nerve continue to the tumor in this case, so that this is the tumor origin. Posterior wall of internal auditory canal should be opened widely, both cranial and caudal direction. In case of hearing preservation, do not enter the vestibule. If we do not destroy the vestibule in order to preserve hearing, we cannot see the fundus. Endoscope will help you to check the fundus if necessary. From the internal auditory canal to brainstem, vestibular nerves and cochlear nerve are fused to form a vestibular cochlear nerve. At the fundus, facial nerve is at the anterior superior corner. It lies now anterior inferior to the vestibular cochlear nerve at the brainstem. Thus, nerve position rotates 90 degrees. Again, at the brainstem side, vestibular nerves and cochlear nerve are fused to form single vestibular cochlear nerve. The facial nerve locates anterior inferior to the vestibular cochlear nerve at brainstem. Key anatomical structures to find root, exit, or entry zone of 7 and 8 nerve are glossopharyngeal nerve, anterior inferior cerebral artery, furcus, and choroid plexus. This is the intraoperative photo during surgery of left hemifacial spasm. Furcus is retracted along glossopharyngeal nerve. Choroid plexus is identified. In this case, the offending artery, anterior inferior cerebral artery, is pulled up to decompress the facial nerve. Now, vestibular schwannoma. This is a small tumor, but where is facial nerve? At both ends, they are fixed. However, facial nerve location is variable on the tumor. Let us have some examples after large tumor removal. In this case, facial nerve is ventral with fanning. In this case, ventral location. In this next case, ventral but more cranial near trigeminal nerve. In this case, facial nerve is shifted cranially crossing trigeminal nerve. This case, further cranial position just below the tentorium. As I shown, facial nerve location is variable on the tumor. Always we must debulk the tumor and identify nerves at both ends, where we can apply the knowledge of normal anatomy. Please try to remove only the tumor utilizing correct layer. Left side tumor with good healing. Tumor is exposed. Arachnoid membrane covering the tumor is peeled away. Mass reduction is started. After mass reduction, we are coming to the brainstem side. You see, glossopharyngeal nerve, anterior inferior cerebral artery. I elevate the tumor, then you find the facial nerve. We start to separate the tumor from remaining nerve fibers of vestibular nerves. Try to preserve remaining fibers. Dissection is continued from inferior, from lateral, and from medial. Concept is to remove only the tumor. After removal, you see very thinly spread eighth nerve. Behind it, you see the facial nerve at brainstem. Hearing is preserved. Even in large tumors, some cases are easy to remove, others are difficult. Let us consider tumor-nerve interface. As you know, tumor is arising from a small part of eighth nerve. For these types, the thick remaining vesicular fibers and peritoneum between the tumor and facial nerve. Dissection is not difficult in this case. White-side small tumor is covered by remaining nerve fibers. Situation is as like as this illustration. These fibers are separated. I remove only the tumor, and other than the tumor is remained. Next is an interesting case. In this case, tumor was grown exophytically on the eighth nerve. Tumor is separated from the eighth nerve. After removal, almost normal eighth nerve over the facial nerve. This is an exception. How about this situation? In this kind of tumor facial nerve interface is very thin. This is a solid giant tumor. In this case, there was severe adhesion, and tumor nerve interface is very thin. Sharp resection is necessary between the tumor and facial nerve. Fortunately, complete removal could be done in this case. Next case. In this case, adhesion was so severe, a tiny piece was left on the facial nerve as you see. This is near total removal. Normal facial function after surgery. This tiny remnant was followed and showed no change for the next 5 years. Near total removal is accepted for giant tumor or in case of severe adhesion to keep function. My surgical reference according to tumor size, good facial function was obtained in 94%. However, good facial function drops to about 70% in giant cases. As nerve location is variable on the tumor, always we must debulk the tumor and identify nerves at both ends, where we can apply the knowledge of normal anatomy. Remove only the tumor utilizing correct layer. Just 2 years ago, I invited Professor Sami to the Japanese skull-base meeting, where I was present. Despite he was in vacation, he kindly came to Japan and delivered a fantastic lecture. I always try to catch him up, but he goes faster than I. My task is further transmitting what I have learned, including his philosophy. Finally, I would like to express my great thanks to Kanan for giving me a good opportunity today. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Well, he's
In order to,
back. He's
Is
got
that
5
fine?
minutes. He's got
in
5
order to
minutes more.
keep time, I recorded my presentation. So,
Okay. How much time do we have?
5 minutes more, Vlad.
5 minutes more. Okay, are there some questions or remarks from the panelists? It was a great images. Really perfect.
I think I can make a comment.
Keiki.
Hey, Komura, hi, nice to see you.
Hi, nice to see you.
Very, very nice and very simple lecture. You made it so simple that even a fresh undergraduate can start operating on acoustic tumor without sacrificing the facial. You made it look
Yeah.
so simple. But an important point that you must mention is that do not coagulate. There's a time, and there are tumors you have mentioned about exophyting and normal intrinsic tumor, but there are some tumors which are very fibrous, which are very vascular. So there are different types of vestibular schwannomas which have different problems, anatomical problems. But a very important point which we have all learned from Prof. Sami is not to coagulate and to use a lot of irrigation. And sometimes you can have an anatomical function, anatomical preservation, but you may not have the facial function because you have coagulated some blood circulation. So that point needs to be mentioned.
Thank you, Keiki. Nice comment. I completely agree with you. At least coagulation is very important. But today, I would like to show the anatomy. You know,
Yes.
my point of talk is anatomy, normal
Yes.
anatomy, and pathological anatomy for young neurosurgeons, especially. For experts, my presentation will be very, very boring. You know, I know.
Thank you very much, Komura. I like very much your presentation. And I like to
Hi.
make a comment. We are seeing some patients, and we are published this case now, the origin of the tumor. If the tumor is originated between vestibular nerves and seminal and cochlear nerves, we classify it as tumor type A. And if a tumor is growing behind the vestibular nerve, not between the nerves, we classify it tumor type B. And that makes it much easier to remove than those tumors growing between the nerves. Have you seen this kind of tumors?
Yes, I think such kind of tumor maybe originate from the nervous intermedius,
That's right.
isn't it?
That's right.
Okay, gentlemen, we should go forward. Thank you, KJJ. It was excellent, and thanks, Keke and Ricardo, for comments.